G'day YouTube, how you going? This is Matty here, and in this video I'm gonna show you guys 100% fail proof on how you can turn your very own Alienware 18 from 2013 into a full functioning Hackintosh. So to do this, you are going to want to find out first of all if your hardware in your system is fully compatible, and to do that we need to go to Start, right click on my computer and then go to Manage. Yours might be different though, because I'm using Start 10 right here, as I would rather use the Windows 7 style rather than having to use the Windows 10 start menu, which I absolutely do not like, because this is more for tablets and you know, everything else like that. So now that we're in here, we want to go to Device Manager, and then you want to go ahead and double check your Bluetooth hardware and your display adapters. So as you can see, I have the Nvidia GeForce GTX 770M. I have two of these, so it's a SLI configuration. And for the Bluetooth software, I have a Broadcom BCM20702 Bluetooth device. So that is good, because Broadcom is fully compatible with Mac OS, as most Apple laptops and all that these days use Broadcom, as Broadcom is a very, very good device. So now that we know that it is all compatible, and even right here I have a Broadcom network adapter and all that as well, so that is very good news. So you want to go to either Firefox, Microsoft Edge, or Google Chrome, or whatever browser you are using right now, and then you want to go to this website right here. I'll have all that in the description down below. So let me just log into my account here first of all. So you will need to create a new account for this, and once we are in, we are going to go to the images section right here, and then we simply want to go to this one right here, the guide. I'll even have this link here as well for you guys in the description as well. So you can get the AMD version if you have an AMD CPU or whatever, or if you have an Intel such as myself, I have an i7 4900MQ. So you want to first of all go to this link here to download the image, and then you can either download the newest version, which is Catalina. I would not advise you to try Catalina as of right now, because when I tried it out the other day, it doesn't actually work. Even when I tried this solution right here, it was here 2 days ago, but there was a EFI file for those who were stuck on the bootloader and all that sort of thing. So I would just suggest that you go to the Mojave torrent.zip right here, and not the Google Drive, because if we tried to do that first of all and then go to download, oh, it looks like it's working actually. Oh wow, it wasn't yesterday, it kept saying quota extended or something, but yeah, awesome. So you can download it from Google Drive, or you can do a torrent. No, I personally done a torrent myself right here, and that is a bit more quicker. So once you have downloaded that image and all that, then you simply want to go ahead and you can use a existing Mac machine for this, or what you can do is on a Windows machine. So we're going to use Windows for this tutorial, so you can either use Win32 disk imager, or you can use this software right here called Etcher. Etcher is actually quite good. I've used that in the past, and Etcher is pretty good in my opinion. So you want to make sure that you extract the BC2 file right here. You want to turn that into a raw image, and then once you've done all that, it will look exactly like this. So then you want to go ahead and use a USB stick. So you can either have a 16 gig USB or a 32 gig USB. I recommend getting a 32 gig USB just because it will make the flashing process a lot more easier. So then once you have all that ready to go, then we'll simply just minimize this right here, and then you want to simply go ahead and run Etcher as administrator right here, and then say yes to the pop-up. And then once this will come up, then you can simply go ahead and select the image. So as you can see, this is the image right here. So then you want to simply click on open on that, select a target. So you want to go ahead and plug in any USB stick or whatever, but I'm not going to do the whole flashing process because I've already done this. But just to show an example, we'll go ahead and plug it in, and because all that is coming up, that's telling me that I've already done all this process. So anyway, once you're done with that, I'm now going to go ahead and show you on my phone on how the whole process is completed. Alright, so now that we are on my phone, we can now simply go ahead and restart my machine. And then once it restarts and all that, then we want to simply go ahead and hit the F12 key. So on a Dell machine like this one, Dell machines are F2 to get into the boot option, so you just want to keep on tapping on F12 right here until you get to this screen, which should be popping up now, as you can see. So once you have done all that, sometimes the memory stick doesn't pop up, and don't freak out, that is normal. That's just a bit of a glitch sometimes in the system, so you just want to simply go ahead and just keep on doing it pretty much until your USB is recognized. So we'll wait for it to come up again, and as you can see, if you see this option right here, mine says Kingston Data Traveler, then that's when you are all good to go. So we'll get into that memory stick. As you can see, we have the Clover boot menu and all that. So you want to go to options first of all, and then go to configs, and then you want to simply use the config2.plist for notebooks. If you are on a desktop, it is config, but because I'm on a laptop, it will be config2. And as you can see, this is what will come up. So then we'll go ahead and return, and then once we have done that, we can now simply go ahead and boot the Mac OS install. Alright, so as you can see, I've already done the whole installation of the Hackintosh. It took a long time because it kept getting stuck or whatever, but it did its thing now. So go ahead and boot from my drive up there, and as you can see, this is the modified EFI file for this. So we're simply going to Hackintosh HD right here, and as you can see right here, we are now booting up Mac OS Mojave from my external drive right now. So we'll go ahead and give it some time here. So let me just make sure that I've got some decent background light for you. As you can see, there we go. Just had to sort out this light because we want it to be dark as much as possible right here. That's another issue with this camera at the moment on my phone. Sometimes it likes to auto adjust my balance and all this, so sometimes every now and then I'll have to kind of zoom in a little like this and then focus on it, kind of thing like that. And now it's in a nice background like so, but there you go. It's taking a little bit of a long time because it is booting up from a traditional hard drive up there, so that is why it's not a SSD or anything like that. But as you can see, there we go. We are now in Mac OS X. So I'll type in my password here, obviously off camera right here. And then here we are. This is it. And this will come up sometimes, but that's normal. That's another glitch on Mojave at the moment. Especially a Hackintosh user like myself that needs Mac for Logic Pro and GarageBand and all of this, etc. But as you can see, we are now on Mac OS Mojave, and just to show you that it does detect the video card and my wireless card when we go into about this Mac here. And then I will have to cover up the serial number for this because I don't want to show that on here, just because I like to protect myself, if you know what I mean. So it should come up here in a minute. It's all just booting up still, but there you go. So as you can see, right here we have the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 770. They are 2 gig each, so I have about 4 gigs of VRAM memory, and I also have 16 gig of RAM, i7 4900 MQ, blah blah blah, and it's recognized as a MacBook Air, which is really cool. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick and just get out of about this Mac. And then I'll go into system info also, just to show you that Bluetooth is recognized out of the box. So is my camera, graphics displays. It recognizes that I have 2, so it will say 3 gigs or whatever, but it's just using slot 1 at the moment. We are in 24-bit, and this is on 90 hertz as well, not 60 hertz. And yeah, that is quite smooth actually, very smooth. So we'll go into here, show that Bluetooth is working. I named it Maddie's Hackbook Pro 18. That's what my Hackintosh is known as. And I'll even like display the little Wi-Fi indicator as a Bluetooth thingy, which I think is pretty cool. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get on screen record here, and we'll go ahead with the rest of this video, shall we? So now we are on screen record here, and just to show you that iMessage and FaceTime also works on here, I'll go into iCloud right here, and it does get recognized that it is all working right there. Even my iMessage right here, that also works too as well. And I will need to make sure that I blur out some of the numbers, because I don't want to expose any private numbers or whatever on here, but just to show you that it is all working and everything, which is good. So I'll go ahead and click messages, go into FaceTime right here, and as you can see, it all works very nicely. And also my M-Box as well, that also works. So I'll even open up the M-Box app just to show you that there is no graphic glitches or graphic issues. As you could see, back then when I had nearish Mac OS Yosemite, this whole graphic box wouldn't even come up at all. It was like a very weird sort of flickery sort of weird artifacts. So like if you will go to drag it along like this, normally on nearish's Yosemite all the lines will just keep going like that, and that was quite annoying. So but anyhow, without any further ado, I think that's gonna pretty much be it for this video. And before I go, I'll show you that of course this is running at 4.0 gigahertz overclock and all that. So my overclock on here is actually working very well, which is great. And even my sound, that works, which is good, so I can do that sort of thing. But the only thing that's currently not working at the moment with this Hackintosh is adjusting brightness on here. But not that I need any of that anyway, because I always have this thing at full brightness anyway, and I'm only going to be using this for music productions and all that anyway. But I will show you that the inbuilt display does work. So as you can see, if I go to here, it gets recognized that this is an internal display. And so let me just hide my serial number real quick. But yeah, as you can see, built-in display and all that, that's working and all that. To get that working, you need to patch your DSDT file and SSDT file as well. So you need to do all these things just to make everything working. So anyway, that's gonna pretty much be it. Have a good day guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.